Where are you being a victim of your reality? Where is that victim consciousness coming up for you? Where's that poverty consciousness coming up for you? Because poverty consciousness is not something that you want to be subscribing to any longer. As the energy increases on the planet, as we ascend back into this collective energy of abundance, what you want to start to realize is that being in a victim state of consciousness is not going to be serving you or anybody else at this point any longer. It never did, but now it's becoming increasingly clear that it's not the way. It's not the way. So if you've been experiencing similar energy to what I've been experiencing recently, maybe you've been in this back and forth energy of realizing what it means to contract back into a victim state of consciousness. But you have that level of awareness now, right? To see, oh, okay, which is this poverty consciousness is not me. Who I really am is now experiencing this level of density. You're conscious of that. Where before you were totally attached to the poverty consciousness. Now you have that level of awareness to see that you've fallen back down. Now what's happening is that because you have this level of awareness, you're now starting to notice that it's not serving you. At least that's been my experience. Now, if that's been your experience as well, it's important to start to become aware that actually you want to stop doing that. Stop being that. Okay, stop it. Stop it right now. Stop falling to energy. Now, if it already has come up, then that's fine, right? Don't judge yourself because, of course, like I always say, judging yourself for falling into that reality is, the water here is absolutely amazing. Falling into that reality may happen, right? It's part of the journey to, fall into that kind of energy. But are you going to give it energy even more once you're there? Because that's the thing, right? Energy flows where attention goes. So once you're in that space, if you have the level of awareness and light and consciousness and energy to see, okay, I am here, but I am not this energy. I am just in this energy. Who I really am is aware of this energy. Once you're there, what happens is that now you have a choice. You have a very important choice to make. And this choice is going to be impacting your future. Okay, now the future, even though there's no time, of course, time is an illusion. It always has been. You always have everything you need right now. Okay, abundance already exists. Now, you already have everything you need, right? You just chose to come back down to density just to play a little game because why not? But now you see it's not fun anymore. So you have a very important choice to make. The choice is, are you going to keep feeding energy to the dense realities? That's the question. That's the question, because it is a choice, right? It might not seem like a choice. Some people might get triggered. I know a lot of you aren't going to get triggered, but because you're following this channel, and again, energy attracts energy. If you're attracted to this channel, a very high likelihood that you're resonating with everything that I'm saying. If not, you've probably already clicked off the video, and this is not for you. Now, you have a choice to make once you become aware that you're in that energy. Are you going to keep feeding it energy? Are you going to be aware of it and give energy to what you prefer as an individual soul expression of the God infinity oneness energy that exists, where you do get to choose your preference? Sounds too good to be true, right? No, it's not too good to be true, because you are God. You are the infinite creator, right? Imagine if you could have everything you wanted and it doesn't have to take away from anybody else's experience. You can get there if you stop giving energy to lack. Stop giving energy to poverty consciousness. So when you're in that energy, start to take your power back, right? Take your power back. Realize that you have a choice in the matter here. Maybe when you were unconscious, it didn't seem like you had a choice, which you always did. You just gave your power away, which you made that choice at a higher level, whether you are conscious of it or not, which some people might argue with that, but I know a lot of you won't. Once again, if you're still watching, if you don't agree with that, then why are you still here? Now you have a choice in the matter here. Again, maybe before you didn't have a choice, right? Because you were too unconscious, you were too identified, you were too one with an unconscious reality to become meta and see that actually I have a choice in the matter here. Who I really am, I have a choice. Not I as in attachment to the ego, I as in who I really am as consciousness, right? When you still get your individuality, you still get your, the awareness that you are an individual being, but now you're one with all. And that individuality is connected to the all. And there's no difference between you and the other. And so that is absolutely amazing, because that's what it means to be in an abundance state of consciousness, right? But in order to get there, you have to make the right choices. There are right and wrong choices, in the sense that one choice can lead you down a path of density, a path of unconsciousness, a path of suffering, a path of not being aligned with your individual unique blueprint and unique individual soul vibration. We each have a vibration. This is why it's so important to trust in your own personal truth as well, right? Because those choices you make may not make sense to anybody else, right? You might be living into some sort of a habit or a pattern one day, and one day you wake up and now you have more consciousness, and so now you've broken out of the pattern, right? You never want to be living in habits. Habitually living is not consciously living, right? What is a habit? A habit is living into an unconscious pattern. And usually that leads you down some path of density where you're just repeating the same lessons over and over and over. And that's not fun. It's not new. It's not stepping into the unknown reality of abundance and attracting what you really want. So it's really important to be aware that when you're stepping into a higher level of energy, that you want to start only believing in the abundance consciousness, okay? Only in the abundance consciousness. If there's any sort of poverty consciousness trying to pull you in, that's where you have to make the right choice for yourself, okay? For you, because you got to protect your energy, right? If you don't protect your energy, what's going to happen is that you have nothing to give, because receiving is giving. Okay, I have a whole nother video on this topic. You definitely want to be checking it out. So, again, it's important to be aware that when you're in that space of being attached, or you notice your ego getting attached to some sort of pattern, you don't want to be attaching. You don't want to be listening to the distractions. It's a distraction. It's trying to pull you in. There's an urge, right? It's like, oh, I need to believe in this. I need to fall into fear. I need to, stop being on my path because this, and this, because, or else this is going to happen, or it's going to happen, or what if somebody judges me, or what? No, all of it is not true. It's an unconscious story. It's not real. It's not grounded in anything real. You're going to have these patterns coming up all the time. There's so many moments in my life where I have these poverty consciousness energy coming up in my field, and at that point I say, you know what? No, absolutely not. That's a strong, firm boundary that I have to not believe in that energy and just carry on with what I prefer to experience, right? What is my personal preference? Because my personal preference is going to be beneficial to all beings. That's just the truth of the reality. That's the truth of the matter here, is that your personal energy, your personal vibration, your personal individual, abundance consciousness that's connected to the individuality of your soul, that is going to be the best thing for all beings. So, just to conclude this video, where are you making a choice to step into the energy? Where are you not taking a responsibility for falling into denser energies? Okay, where are you playing victim? Because that's the thing. You can already be a victim in the fact that you're in that energy, and that, oh my gosh, why is all this stuff happening to me? Why am I experiencing these external circumstances? And I guess sometimes life can play out certain things, which of course are not in our control. But the question is, what do you have control over? Okay? You can't control everything, but you have control over what energy you feed energy to. If you're already in some sort of an energy, whether you chose to be there or not at a higher level, and you believe in what I'm saying or not, is completely irrelevant to the fact that in that moment, you have a choice. Alright? So, Even if some people want to be like, oh my gosh, no, Francis, I've never had anybody say this to me, but I can intuit and connect and intuitively sense that already, and I can speak to the fact that some people on the planet might be like, oh my gosh, it's not a choice. Some people didn't choose to be where they are. Okay, but they have a choice to respond, to give more energy to that resistance. That's what they have a choice in. That's very empowering. Why is it empowering? Because it's your higher self communicating to you through your emotional body that actually you do have a choice. And that choice is energy flows where attention goes. What you resist persists. And if you feed energy to resistance, you're going to get more resistance. It's quite simple, right? Reality is not complicated. The human makes things complicated. Who you really are has nothing to do with making things complicated whatsoever. It's about being honest with yourself. What do you really feel? Do you really want to trust in those lower energies? Or do you want to make a choice to step into your higher self and who you truly are? And with that, I conclude this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. It's going to be in the description box of this video. It's also going to be in the comments of this video as well. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.